see. That about like 30 minutes chit chat of getting his ass roasted in hand and check back. And I'm gonna start off like this. After the last time we had this topic, right? I did admit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm me and actually that was Friday with us then. So that had to be it. Episode 8, maybe
Yeah,
not.
that was late.
8. Okay, so when we was talking Friday about it, uh the dude he had to start somewhere. But as initially as it's not did not came out as initially as I thought it has. But I don't sign him sitting down talking to people trying to make a plan. Now, the fact that you coming up with something like this though, and the way Trump be doing people and his posse be portraying people, I know he's gonna kick some backlash off of that. Cause they do shit like that all the time. And he should have had the foresight of that being a good possibility what's gonna happen. They're gonna use this as, hey, this is our black, this is our rapper for Trump right here, ass type
They're
shit,
gonna
right?
use it as a token black.
Yeah. He should have had more foresight, more thought of that. And if it was the point of, hey, I just want to get some shit done, I ain't trying to hear no flim flam flutery. I understand that side of it, but bruh, you got to start off. Number one, if you gonna put out some plan like this, like going to the contract shit, as we discussed last time, there's some good pots in it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that is some of the best, closest way we probably get some damn reparations out this damn thing, right? But you're gonna, if you come up to that level, even though that level gonna basically blow smoke on your ass, blow smoke in you, just like the rest of them probably would have. He should have tightened that broad up because I think I just said last time. It just says lower income people, right? Instead of not just not black American. And if you think about it, out of poverty, looking at numbers, poor whites outnumber poor blacks 4-1. You may not, don't say they just don't get pushed out as much, but yeah, it's real out there in these streets. But that is one thing of it. He should have get tied up. Number two, hell, start small. Like if you think everybody gonna run you through circles, like they said, they could at least gave us some press or some extra, except in that damn Zoom call, at least brought out there. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, how many of y'all knew about that shit before we decided to do this shit on that damn podcast? Which one of y'all most raise your hand if you knew about the contract with Black America?
I had heard some rumblings about it, and that's just because I'm one of them type of niggas that I zoom through social media and I stop and I read shit and I look at shit. But yeah, I would agree with you, bro. I mean, shit.
I didn't I didn't hear about it until the week we was getting ready to do the show, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I think a lot
My
of
point
people
is,
like that too.
so
But you
with that being said, I'm sorry, we cut y'all though, but I'm just saying that that's nobody really heard about it. So that's therefore it sounds like he put a lot of work in this, but not that much publicized work. Him skipping out that Zoom meeting is something he shouldn't have done to get everybody else in there. Like you would probably have to be from Cali, where he at right now. Did he even bring this shit up to the local official? Did he bring this shit to a goddamn city council meeting? Any other senators and shit, the motherfuckers that actually get shit done besides these political fools up here just using your name for a campaign booth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
but
piece on
I hear you. I hear you, bro. But I think the way I look at it, I feel where Q is coming from. So you got this Zoom call with 12 other celebrities, right? Now we all know that, a number of politicians that use celebrities to, gain votes and, gain the endorsements and stuff like that or whatnot. And I think, I don't know how much them celebrities knew about the platinum plan or whatever or whatnot. So, you know, I feel like I don't blame him for having that conversation. I mean, for not getting on the Zoom call. Like, I think if he was really, sounds like he's really about the business. He's really about getting it done and stuff like that. I'm not really sure how much he would have got done as far as putting the information out and pushing it with 12 other celebrities or 12 other people on the call. You know, I'm and me myself, I'm more of a direct type person. So, you know, if I got an idea about something, how I can streamline workflow, or, you know, help better the job performance or the quality of work or whatnot, like, I'm going directly to the person in charge, directly in charge of the shop. I'm not gonna meet amongst the workers, get it together, you know what I'm saying, and then go to the top dog, or I'm not gonna meet amongst the workers and try to get them on board. They might not even know what my idea is. They may not even agree with my idea. So I'm not going to go to them and explain to them my idea, and number one, hope that they on board with it or whatnot. Like, that's not going to happen, especially if my whoever the person in charge is listening to us, you know, talk about the idea, and they, you know, playing devil's advocate about the situation, or, you know, talking down on, you know, my idea for you know, the work center or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go directly to the person, and I'm the type of person that if you say you're gonna do something, I'm gonna expect you to do it. So if he said that that particular party said that they were gonna call him directly, I'm like him. I'm gonna wait for the call. If they
I
don't
agree.
call me, then okay, get it. I see what it is. You're not really for real, or what, or calling me back is not that important. Okay, I'm gonna move around, and I'm gonna go try to get my idea heard, get my idea seen, and try to put it into fruition or whatnot. You know what I mean? And I kind of think that's where that's the lane that he was taking. I don't think that, you know, it was a, you know, a turn down on his side, where, you know, he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, messing with Kamala Harris and Biden or whatever. I just think that, hell, the Trump campaign, they was the ones that called him back after, you know, he put the information out there and said he wanted to sit down and talk about the, you know, this particular plan for this contract with Black America. And they said, you know what, let's hear it. And they arranged everything, and it was a one-on-one sit down. That's how I operate. So I understand where he was coming from with that. I wouldn't want to be on no call with no 12 other celebrities pushing whatever agenda that they got going on, or, you know, talking whatever BS that they talking about. Like, a lot of celebrities, I mean, really ain't trying to get stuff done like that. You got a couple, you know what I mean, that's really about that action, and it's really about that business or whatever, or really making change and stuff like that, and really use their platform and their status to make change. But
Which, which there was though.
there's a selective few of those individuals that really do that, you know. And, you know, I know you mentioned DL Hughley was one of the ones that was supposed to have been on the call or whatnot, you know what I mean. And
Must be him, Killer.
this just kind of leads me to, you know, think about, you know, and I hate to say it,
Say
but
it.
I hate to say, I really do hate to say
In the
it, you
podcast.
know,
Come on.
but it kind of leads me to the whole thing about people been knocking, and, you know, people got their own feelings about the Trump administration and all that kind of stuff or whatnot. But, you know, a lot of people have came out, and I seen this even before we got on this show. I was watching some videos. I got a friend that's a very, very huge Trump supporter and things like that. And like I'm watching these videos and stuff that she's posting about all this stuff, and I see a lot of black people out there. A lot of black people at these rallies and these get-togethers and stuff, for Trump 2020. You know what I mean? And even, just going back to the old days or whatnot, the Republican Party was the party for black people. It wasn't the Democratic Party. It was the Republican Party that was for black people when they had did the most for black people. So, you know,
And they popped his head off
I'm
too
just,
for it, didn't they?
I mean, I'm just, I'm taking it, I'm sitting back, I'm taking it all in or whatnot. And, maybe, maybe there is some truth to, you know, this whole Biden Kamala Harris thing. I mean, Kamala Harris did a lot of, has really did some harm to black people. You know what I mean? Especially black men. So it's kind of in a situation where you got to pick the lesser of the two evils or whatnot. But and I think there's been some other people that have came out and supported in support of him.
Oh, that is true. Oh,
So
yeah.
it's kind of like.
But before you roll off on that though,
I don't really know. It's like I'm at this crossroads where like
Yeah, I can see how you can be confused with that.
yeah,
it's
your morals is a
confusing.
motherfucker
It's
right now.
confusing because all my life, I've been brought up and raised as Democratic Party, Democratic Party, Democratic Party, this, Democratic Party, that. You know what I mean? But then doing research and looking at the history and things like that, you know what I mean? Then you realize that okay, the Republicans and a lot of black people were Republican in the old days. When did the crossover happen?
Let me answer that for you real quick. 5 second history. Immediately after slavery, after the Civil War, the Republican Party was the party that freed the slaves. What they did immediately after they had freed the slaves, after they had won the Civil War, they had sent federal troops to all the states in the South to protect black folks and their civil liberties. What that did was that forced the state governments, like from Texas all the way up to the Carolinas, to say you will not discriminate against black people, you will not mistreat black people, you will not do anything bad against black people, and you will give them the same equal opportunities. Now, the only reason that was able to happen was the federal government had troops, the National Guard, in place to make sure that black folks were protected and could do those things. So what you started to see at that time, and this is all factual, you can look this up, you started to see
well, it worked too, right?
black people was running for public office. So you had black people in Congress that was in state Congresses. You had black mayors, like you had black millionaires, black business owners. This is where the crossover happened. They politicized them, Roy. So I can't remember what president it was at the time, but he was the president of the Republican Party, but he was running on a moderate platform. He was kind of different from what the standard Republican Party was. The only way he was going to get support from them Republicans in the South, he had to agree to withdraw. As soon as he won the presidency, he had to agree to withdraw all those federal troops out of those southern states. Black people had a 10-year run immediately after slavery where they had equality in this country. Like that was the only time we had reparations after slavery. When that president won the presidency, he called all federal troops out of the South. When you had federal troops leaving Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, when you had all those people leave, all those troops leaving, guess what the state did? They took their shit back. They kicked
somebody applied the pressure.
They applied, and that's when we had switched up. They had the Republican Party at that moment had sold black folks out. And that's when we went from being supportive of, and there's a lot more history in between that. and we talking about 1860s all the way to like 1920s, 30s, 40s, to where there's a lot of political shit going
to
on.
2020.
Right. But that's you're right on that. And there's a lot of confusion on that. But let me say this about the whole clip. Q walked into a fucking lion's den.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Q,
Hey, listen.
Smell like bacon.
I walk in, when I walk somewhere, when I walk in there and I'm with the old lady and we walk into the folks' house and all them aunties and cousins are sitting on the couch.
that's how you feel, huh?
Pew!
Niggas
I'm
start
gone.
the beeline out that motherfucker, man.
Hey, I'm looking for the first male figure I see and I'm asking them what's up with it.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
good? Man?
I'm out of there. Like,
The game last week, man. What you think about them Cowboys?
hey, I'm out of there. I don't give a damn if you watch football or not. I'm out of there. I'm making up some type of excuse, some type of something. I'm out of there, especially when I'm looking like that. I'm out of there.
Let me say this, man. I think,
hey, he stood 10 toes though.
He did.
He was 10 toes. He was 10 toes down in there.
He stumbled the stud a little bit, but
he did. But keep it a buck, Ant. Keep it a buck. If you was in that motherfucker getting grilled by 5 different women, nigga, your ass, I've been stuttering in that motherfucker my damn self, nigga.
Tell the truth, I fuck with him, but true words come out. Like he want to say, bitch, I louder. He like he about to say that quite a few times.
Hey, Ant,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
You old country ass nigga, I believe you would have did that shit. But no, man. Look, man. I think Cube didn't do it. I think they came into that interview ready to go in on Cube. And I think the reason that they did is because Cube didn't do himself no favors a couple of weeks ago, you know, being publicized and sitting down with the Trump administration. Now, it's fucked up because he's being politicized on both sides. And this is like, I listening to Roy, I came into it myself like, man, this motherfucker Cube tripping. But when I was listening to Roy talk, I kind of got to play devil advocate on this for Cube too. And I'm gonna throw a little bit more context on this because Ant, you had touched on it earlier when you was talking about what he was doing in California with politicians and shit. Are y'all familiar with the name of what's this motherfucking name? Antonio Moore and should I just go with Antonio? You familiar with the name Antonio Moore?
I've heard the name before.
I heard of it too.
Okay, so he and a woman, her name is damn, I can't remember her last name. They started the ADOS movement. ADOS stands for, it's an acronym for American Descendants of Slaves. They started the ADOS movement to try to seek reparations. Antonio Moore is a lawyer from California, a black lawyer from California. Now, I don't know if y'all caught this in the news a couple of weeks ago, but the California Senate and House of Representatives, they state politicians actually had him come testify before the state Congress to talk about their plans for restorations for black folks in California. And they are actually trying to push a bill to get reparations for black folks in the state of California. Now, part of that conversation Antonio Moore had with Cube. And you can YouTube it. Antonio Moore, Ice Cube did a Zoom call where he did an interview with Antonio Moore, and they talked about the black contract with the contract with Black America. And so I can't sit here and say, you know, that Cube is writing people off and it's his way or the highway, because I think he actually really has been doing the legwork behind the scenes. So I agree with Roy in playing devil's advocate. You know, it's better to go straight to the source to get the shit done, you know, versus being used as a political pawn. I mean, and even though he was being used as a political pawn by the Trump administration, at least the Trump administration sat down with him directly and heard out some of his shit. Now, whether they was gonna take it serious or not, now I don't agree. I don't think that he should have did it. I don't, because I know that they really don't give a fuck about what he has to say. They probably just gonna steal some damn ideas and plug and play them into the fucking platinum plan to make a play for black votes. But you know,
if they even do that.
If they even do, I mean, they already took some of the pieces out of the contract with Black America and put it in the Platinum Plan. But the Platinum Plan is only a 2-page long deal. It's only 2 pages. We looked at the fucking contract with Black America a week ago on episode 9. That shit is like several pages long and could be longer, right? So that tells you that they're not really serious about whatever policy they want to institute for helping Black America. So I agree with Roy in a sense in playing devil's advocate that shit, it's better to go directly. Now, why I don't agree with Roy on is in having the conference call with Kamala Harris and the other celebrities, you got to think about what celebrities was on that conference call. Yeah. Killer Mike just ain't no celebrity out there just, you know what I'm saying,
popping his mouth off.
Yeah, popping his mouth off. He put his money where his mouth is. I mean, we talked about the Greenwood Bank last week. Shit,
You're right.
If somebody tells me I got some celebrities on a phone call about some social issues, the first thing I'm gonna say, well, who the fuck you got on that phone call? You can't have no fucking who's ignorant. You can't have no Trick Daddy on that motherfucker. You can't have no Gucci Mane on that motherfucker. You right? Like you can't.
Oh, that Roderick motherfucker, he got a little sense on him nowadays.
But
not old Gucci. Nah.
But you know what though? Let me chime in real quick. I think that I'm taking it as if he may not have known who was on the call. Because I think that if he known that somebody was on a call like a Killer Mike, you know what I'm saying, a D.L. Hughley, a Clifford Harris, or somebody like that, you know what I mean? I think that possibly, you know, he might have went ahead and did it. But I think what it kind of boiled down to is them not knowing or being familiar with the plan to be able to speak about it.
I had thought about
it though. That would be, like I was saying, that would put that out there and give them an idea on it. Maybe they have something similar to it, or at least they can hear his ideas of it.
Right.
If you got something that you putting so much hard work into that is near and dear to your heart, why not? If you're gonna spin it off with this clown that you got a good feeling and probably don't give a good goddamn about you, why not give it to some, bring it up around everybody else? That's what I'm getting at.
And brainstorm on it. But you know, again, I think we lost in the context because we don't have all the details of what that whole situation was like, because he said that the Kamala Harris people and the Biden Kamala Harris was supposed to give him a call back. Now, was that a call back in terms of they were going to call him directly and they promised to call him directly? Or was that call the moment they invited him in on the conference call?
Yeah,
from the way I'm getting it, they wouldn't do the directly thing till after the election.
After the election.
That was the direct one. However, Kamala reached out earlier, be like, you know, hey, we told you this. Told you we really sit down, really get with you after the election, because a whole lot of flam going on. But we get the Zoom meeting real quick, and you know what I'm saying, and we could bring this up because we got a big forum. I got the forum going on right now. Bring this along with you right now.
Right.
But you say after the election.
Yeah. So
either party, I mean, you know, there's no guarantee that you know, either party, they may think they're gonna win, but there's no guarantee, right? So if somebody tells me, you know what, I hear your idea if I win. Like, there's no guarantee you're gonna win. So why not hear what I gotta say?
Yeah.
Why not hear what I gotta say? And it might help you win.
That's probably why she ended up doubling back and say, yo, let's do the Zoom thing.
I think at the end of the day,
with your face out there, cue me up.
This is what I think it is. I think at the end of the day, man, it's a whole bunch of fucking miscommunication. Look, if that was what her
definitely,
was,
most definitely.
If that's what her intentions and her plans was, it wouldn't have hurt to at least reach out to Cube and say, hey, listen, man, I really do want to talk to you one-on-one, but this is what I got. And we don't even, that might have happened. That might have happened and Cube might have just said, fuck it. We don't know. We outside of the details on that. But if I had to speculate personally, I would say that it would have been better if she would have called and say, hey, listen, I know I told you that we want to sit down and talk about this after the election when we win, because they think that they're going to win anyway, right? But I am very serious and committed to putting some action in place on what you're doing and what you got going on. Now, I want to bring together this coalition of celebrities, and I know it might sound a little condescending for me to say celebrities and bring you in on that, but hear me out. I have Killer Mike. I don't know if you're familiar with all the work he's been doing down in the Atlanta area, but he's been working with the governor, and a governor that is not for Black people, Brian Kemp. Killer Mike has sat down with him the same way you sat down with the Trump administration, which appears to not be for Black people. So you have somebody that's willing to work across both sides of the aisles in Killer Mike. He's going to be on this Zoom call. And we would love to have you on there because you guys are brilliant minds in the entertainment community, seriously committed to doing something for Black people. That would have been like a 5 to 10 minute phone call just to test the waters to see if Cube was interested in it. That's what I would have done if I was a Kamala Harris and Biden team. Look, I'm committed. This is who I got. I want you to be a part of that. We really want to do something. I'm going to pass this off to y'all here in a second, but I got to get this off.
Go for it.
You can't go on there and blow off a Black woman, and despite what your thoughts are about Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
you can't blow off a Black woman and then go and do an interview with a panel of Black women and think that shit's just gonna go well. Hey, if them motherfuckers call me, nah. they found out what they want to talk to me about. What? They know I turned that shit. Nope. All of them Black.
Hey, he stood 10 toes. He stood 10 toes up in there, answered all them questions, and you heard him when he said, hold up, wait a minute. I was on the call.
Like, bitch, did you not?
This is what happened.
I came at it.
But you know what though? I got a question. I know we didn't win, we didn't win a little long on this topic or whatever, but
we got 5 minutes.
Do you think that with the putting out of this contract with Black America, this platinum plan, quote unquote, is the reason why he's gained a lot of celebrity, while the Trump administration has gained a lot of these celebrity endorsements like Lil Wayne?
No.
It could be.
I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that that's the case. I think the reason why you got 50 Cent coming out, Trump is for fucking capitalism, bro. Trump is anti-tax. If Biden and them get in office, the first people that and especially if the Senate gets flipped over to majority liberal, they going after the taxes of the wealthy, bro. 50 Cent is looking at that shit like, Now, Lil Wayne, on the other hand, he might be looking at it the same way. But I really think Lil Wayne's brain I think he's trying to get his, he a little cold right now. The albums ain't really rocking. These young boys is killing them in recognition. I think this is just a publicity play for Wayne, but nah, bro, I don't think what Q got going on.
You think it's a publicity play with Wayne with endorsing Trump?
Bro, he's not hot right now. Nobody's talking about Wayne like they was 3 or 4 years. Not even 3 or 4 years ago.
He gonna start doing 100 million features, and that's when you know when the album is coming.
That's when it used to.
He ain't did a feature in a minute though.
Yeah, that's
it's coming, bro. Next thing you know, he gonna be on everybody's feet. He's gonna be on everybody's song as a feature.
I was just about to say that. Wayne ain't got a feature in a while. These young boys are not calling Wayne. Nigga, if they not calling T-Pain and he still got it, they damn sure enough ain't calling Wayne. This is a publicity play, Roy.
They call him the baby. That's what they
They
call
him
him.
the baby. That's what they call him.
They call him the baby.
And the baby ain't
Come with
calling
the
Lil
cop.
Wayne.
Hey. Shoot. Whatever the fuck he say. Well, yeah, man. It's these celebrities going off talking about now 50 though. He did come back, recant his statement, like fuck Trump. Matter of fact, he said that what 2 days ago on his own social media.
Man, 50 always
50,
be
like I
doing
said,
some
50,
50
like
always
50 be
be
trolling.
fucking
He be
trolling
trolling,
and
so
doing
I
all
ain't never,
kind of extra shit. So
All right,
50,
look,
50 probably low key voted for the mother.
Hey, let me ask you something. Hey, let me ask you something. With as much influence as 50 got, and he's got a lot of fucking influence, even though it ain't in music no more. And we all love the way 50 troll, bro. Is this the time, bro? Like right now, as hot as the political season is now, bro, is this the time to play around?
You can't make people always stop joking, bro. Some odd reasons, always a joker, always gonna be a joker in the mix, no matter how serious.
All 50 need to do is tell us whether or not Ghost is dead or not. Bring Ghost back.
Matter of fact, I'm on 50 ass about this hiatus they didn't say shit about.
That's all I want to know from 50. Is Ghost dead for real?
Oh, Ghost gone.
Or is he coming back? At some point in time, I personally feel, hey, I know this ain't the topic. I know we talking about, you know what I mean, the Trump administration and the whole, you know, Ice Cube thing and all that kind of stuff. But when it went down this rabbit hole, me, myself, personally, I don't think Ghost is dead. I don't think Ghost is dead. So
in the face
I believe that Ghost is going to come back. He's going to some kind of way save Tyreek out of a situation. Tyreek is going to get the fucking, I seen a ghost.
In a dream?
I thought she was dead. He's going to come to the rescue. That's just what that's just what I think. For all my Power fans out there, like and subscribe. If y'all agree with me, hey.
If y'all
tell me what y'all want me to drink.
If y'all think that fool need to put that cup down, if y'all think you think that boy need to put that cup down for a teaspoon, give him the good old Lorenzo Tate.
I don't give a damn what it is. Hey,
Tate, go. Give him no Tate.
Tate. Y'all over here worrying about some power. I want to know what's going on with my boy Frank. What was it, Franklin Saint? I want to know what my boy Franklin Saint and Uncle Jerome gonna do coming back.
Bruh, Frank. I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, what's that? Jam and Jerome need to come back.
Jam and Jerome.
Frank had some shit pop off, bro. He was setting some shit up, one leg and all. Frank took 6 to the back, got his walking stick. He about to fuck shit up, man. R.I.P. to Singleton, but damn, you should have left the Clips, bro. Yeah, should have left the something.
Yeah, man. Hey, they coming back, man. I
hope so. I missed it, but
man, that shit was.
I missed it.
You seen that shit, right?
What's that?
Snowfall.
I ain't never watched Snowfall, man.
Man, fuck a power, nigga. You need to watch Snowfall.
Get your life together.
Hey,
watch
bro.
that. And
that's a tough statement.
Yeah,
that's a tough statement you're making right now.
Yeah, tell them Snowfall
it's a legit statement.
I get that it's a legit statement, but is it gonna capture me?
Yes, it's
and
better.
Put me under the rapture like Power.
Hey, put it like this. Hey, put it like this. I think you and Franklin Saint got a lot of characteristic things in common.
Y'all got the same hairdo.
He remind you of Franklin, bro. He remind you of Franklin Saint, don't he?
Yeah.
Not just the look and everything. Like the nigga carry himself kind of like.
Hey, I ain't used my sponge in a minute, man.
I've been teleworking. Now, on Friday at Jam and Jerome, if you had some more hair.
Yeah, Friday is Jam and Jerome. I
gotta check out Snowfall, man. I done heard a lot about Snowfall, but I ain't never checked it out. You know what? While we on sitcoms, bring back the Pink.
Man, what
bring back the Pink.
Ain't no kind of
know what Autumn I said Autumn Hill. That's not her name. Her name is Autumn.
Her
But
ass is confused, bitch.
I want to see Autumn take over the Pink, and
I
I
do
want to
too.
see her take what's the girl name that she wanted out of
Mercedes.
jail?
Mercedes. No, yeah, Mercedes. Was it?
Mercedes. I
Yeah.
want to see her and Mercedes team up. You know what I'm saying, and take over the Pink. Chris, I know, I know.
Yeah.
We didn't have several conversations
I,
about you ain't got into the Pink and all that kind of stuff. Hey,
hey, I just want to
hey,
see. I want to see that white boy. I want to see if I crickle at a baby daddy get the fuck on out of there. That's what I
hey,
want to see. I want to see
Diamond,
how
Diamond,
Diamond come back with that.
Diamond should have stayed on his ass.
Should have, but it's kind of
But
hard.
Diamond got feelings for Miss Crooked Letter.
He do, but hey,
talking about
I got feelings and everything. But you know what? We learned from last week. Well, the week before last. Hey,
okay.
we got things to do. We
Okay.
got things to
I
do.
know we went down that rabbit hole, but we
So
had to go down that hole.
so
Once we
we
got down that hole,
we
we was down there.
Hey,
and
because
we
when
gonna
Ross
get on
said Diamond,
sitcom. One day we're gonna bring up sitcoms. How about that?
no, wait a minute, because when Ross said Diamond, it had me thinking about one of the topics we were gonna do today.
Yeah, you did, right? In a way.
In a way.
In a
Yeah.
way.
And I'm
So
very interested in seeing what Diamond's up to these days.
but we're gonna get to all that later though in a little bit, all right. But for right now though, we got that out the way. We a little went on, but our next subject for the day. Well, apparently, if y'all have not been reading the news, out in the good old Louisville once again, right? Oh, R.I.P. again, and prayers of riches for the Breonna Taylor family. And